ain't got no problem with him either. You know, I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, you know, and how he was.
He scared him. You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money.
History of the sport, I didn't see nobody that can compete with Terence Crawford. And
older, he got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
You know, I mean, these guys, I don't think know what they do anything. It's mostly talk.
Youngest super middleweight champion of all time, David Benavidez.
This dude is dude can punch.
Where the hell do you go from here?
Terence "Bud" Crawford has reached an incredible milestone, completing one of the most impressive achievements in modern boxing.
Congratulations, man. You did it. I'm so proud of you. You used all my tricks to beat Canelo, just like I showed you. You went in there and you got it done. Unbelievable, bro. All jokes aside, go, man. Congratulations, champ. So well.
As the world hailed him as a genuine all-time great, a new huge challenge appeared, stirring significant controversy and provoking a strong, unexpected response from Crawford himself.
You see for yourself after this fight? How long do you want to be in the sport? How long do you want to be actively fighting?
I don't know. You know,
it's not something you think about. You're just going fight by fight.
I always take one fight at a time. You know, one fight at a time. I feel great. I'm healthy, and like I said, I'm looking forward to having some fun.
A prominent figure in boxing is demanding a fight that many believe is far too dangerous even for a legend like Bud Crawford.
I've seen fighters getting the easiest fights just because they're getting the biggest paychecks. Like it don't. At the end of the day, it's not even about money. It's about giving the fans of boxing the fights that they deserve. They're paying the money at the end of the day, so fuck. Let's go to war. Let's do what these people want to see us do, and let's go to war and may the best man win.
The question is why this fight is being pushed and what it reveals about the hidden forces in boxing. Crawford's daring jump to 168 pounds was a risky gamble that paid off perfectly. He went up against Canelo Alvarez in a match so massive that commentator John Anike called it the biggest live sporting event he had ever covered, and Crawford gave a flawless performance.
One of those two fights, don't you think? Yeah, I think in order to that one of the greatest men. I think that we would have to beat one of those guys. You know, and the only person that he hasn't fought is Benavidez. And I don't know, Bud said he wouldn't fight him, but I don't think that's true. I think that if that fight happens, I think Bud would also entertain that, and if he does entertain it, it seemed like the way that he beat Canelo.
The world watched Bud dismantle a true legend, securing a clear unanimous decision, but it wasn't just the victory that amazed everyone, it was how he achieved it. Sharp analysts noted that Canelo's strategy had become predictable, relying on one big punch at a time. Crawford, the master strategist, capitalized on this with precise timing and clever counters.
Older, he got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
And B-side, when you asked me, you said, how would you beat him, Lonnie B? What I tell you?
The same thing. You'll keep the jab on him, keep sticking the jab, moving and touching him with the right hand, and just turning him on angles.
And throwing punches. That's how I just throw punches at it.
Yeah.
And I said level to the body because that's open for him all night.
You said he ain't got the movement no more. You said he ain't, you know.
Adding to that, former UFC champion Kamara Usman observed that the aggressive Canelo of the past wasn't there, suggesting the Mexican star may have lost the psychological edge that once made him so fearsome. This decisive victory also made Crawford the first male boxer to become the undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes, cementing his legendary status.
My fans here that support me, I want to thank. This is bigger than the norm, you know, because I want to thank my urban community. I want to thank my Latin community. I want to thank my white community. And I want to thank my Asian community, my African community. I want to thank everybody because today you see us all as one, you know, and a lot of people always say, how you get the Mexicans to side with you? I said, they my people too. I said so it don't matter if I'm fighting Canelo. Some of the urban.
But just as the world was celebrating, an unexpected voice interrupted the scene. It came from Turki Alalshikh, a highly influential figure behind today's biggest boxing matches. With his immense financial power, his recommendations are more than suggestions. They have the ability to reshape the entire sport.
No, he's not beaten Crawford, Canelo.
Okay.
I think he can, can he improve? Maybe.
Okay, so wait. If he's not beating Crawford, which is fair, right? I agree. Based on what we saw, I do think he can make improvements, but who knows? Is there someone else better out there than that you'd rather see Crawford fight than Canelo?
Well, Turkey did ask, could Bivol get down to 168?
I asked, Turkey said, can Benavidez?
I thought he said Bivol.
No,
as well.
I said Bivol.
Oh.
Turkey said Benavidez.
Well, certainly not. Certainly not Benavidez. I don't think he's beaten Benavidez. I think that's a bridge way too far. I think a lot of things too far. But could you just imagine if Bivol cut the skill we'd see in that fight?
Yeah.
The rounds between Canelo and Crawford went by like that. They'd be the same against those.
Soon after Crawford's victory, Turkey casually proposed what he saw as the next logical challenge for the new 168 pounds champion, a fight against David Benavidez.
Me out here, Kamaru. Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why he was not, because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence, do what you...
The idea immediately grabbed the boxing world's attention. It wasn't just a casual suggestion. It ignited major controversy, especially with Bud himself.
A fight with David Benavidez.
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know?
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. His brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah,
you just size him up, especially when you're going into a bigger weight class.
Crawford responded swiftly and firmly. He made it clear he had no interest in facing the Mexican powerhouse, saying Benavidez is simply too big. He explained that the Canelo fight was different because even in separate divisions, he and Canelo are roughly the same size. He stressed the point, noting that Benavidez stands over 6 feet tall and would likely rehydrate to an enormous 190 to 200 pounds on fight night.
Looked at him having to move from the super middleweight to the light heavyweight division to, to get some of the matches that he wants. But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
right now, it's at 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, say, all right, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off, and I told him that a long time. I told him that when, before I fought his brother. I said, man, dude, you can fight, dude. You're gonna do big things. But the dude gonna come in at like 200, 210, you know what I mean? I get why Canelo, was like, I don't need to fight this dude because, he can take a punch. He's gonna come in there and gonna just lay on you and bulldoze you,
Right.
And Canelo just don't want that, work. But me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I could beat anybody.
His stance was so firm that he made a surprising remark: I might as well move up to heavyweight if I face Benavidez.
Crawford's very he has a big ego, especially when it comes to anything he does, bro. He has a big ego. And I said this yesterday. I won't be surprised if he dominates Canelo and then they offer him Benavidez and he says okay.
This wasn't just a fighter turning down a challenge, it was a smart champion drawing a clear line, and Crawford isn't alone. Many experts share concerns about the size difference.
I mean, Benavidez is also the one guy that nobody's willing to fight. And if nobody's willing to fight him, that makes his value go up. And so the thing is that if you get the right guy that is willing to pay for that, and I mean I don't see him saying that, okay, well, we can't afford to fight this guy. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that fight can happen if it's a fight that I think Bud won't entertain.
And what if you're Canelo? I think the only thing you could possibly want is that rematch to get that.
I think he should fight. Terence Crawford want to be great. He should fight David Benavidez. Remember Floyd saying that? Why do you think Crawford didn't pay that no mind?
What?
That's right. You know why? He like, listen, man. Nah, I'm gonna be strategic about this. And it is business-wise, it's smart. Terence Crawford is on the Mount Rushmore of boxing, but we got weight classes for a reason. He called Canelo at the right time, like Canelo's done, guys. And I'm not saying that his win is not valid. It's very valid, and that's what he was supposed to do. And he outboxed Canelo, and I can't take nothing away from his win. But was that the same Canelo that Floyd fought? Was that the same Canelo that Amir Khan fought? You know, so Terence Crawford is gonna be strategic at this weight. He ain't just gonna come here and I bet you he don't fight at this weight again. I bet you he don't fight nobody else.
David Benavidez is a natural light heavyweight who currently holds a title at 175 pounds.
Definitely scared him. You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? So he sees a lot of things in me that he can't stop. You know, not only does he see speed, does he see power, but he sees a lot of heart in me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm going in there and I want to prove myself to the world that I'm the greatest fighter. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't scare me to get in there with another great fighter because I know that elevates me and who I am as a boxer.
Crawford, on the other hand, is a natural welterweight who built his reputation at 147 pounds.
They gonna say this is why I gotta let y'all know, because they're gonna say I'm glazing, but I'm telling the truth.
Dig it.
This dude power for me, and I've been saying this for years, it carries through the weight class. Okay. So I can see him in the ring with a 175 or a cruiserweight, and if he touched them, I don't care who you are, you're gonna feel that shit, bro. I don't care who the fuck it is. I done seen him in the ring with a heavyweight.
Can you fight Benavidez?
I like Benavidez, so I ain't gonna disrespect him.
I said, no, I don't want to say him fight.
I'm gonna say my opinion.
I just want to say him fight. That's
my opinion.
Absolutely.
At 168, if Benavidez come down there, I don't think he beats Bud.
Okay, I dig.
That's my opinion. People want to say I'm crazy, but
the skill is. I mean, the skill is.
No, the skill is there. No,
it's just usually because someone's a little bit bigger, right?
Yes, and they think like, okay, you got to be able to take certain punishment that the other guy's putting on you. But I watched Bud when he fought Canelo. And then I watched Benavidez when he fought Caleb Plant. And when I seen it was like Caleb Plant was outboxing him. So if Caleb Plant didn't gas out, Caleb Plant might have beat him that night. But Bud, he don't tire.
You're not gonna gas.
He come in tremendous condition. And for me, I just think Bud is a legend. So they might say I'm crazy, but people might say they're not gonna make that fight happen. But I don't think it's far-fetched.
Like that's the
biggest. Got to lose.
He been fighting that one. He's fighting him at 68, I think. He can get the
68 will be
he a big dude.
Ideal because he came from 68.
He a big dude.
Oh, he came from. Oh, so he went up. Now he has to come back down.
Yeah, he would have to come back down.
That'd be a
difference too.
That's a fight. Like that's a fight.
Because Benavidez the truth too.
Hey,
he the truth.
Punches and bunches with bad intentions.
Yes, he the truth.
Hey, remember? Hey, go look. Hey, dog.
He the truth. He a killer.
He is our resident fighter. A whole killer.
Yeah, he watching. He knows.
He's the man we go to.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia put it simply, warning.
Boy, Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. Benavidez is too big, too strong. We don't, don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't.
Garcia called it a risky fight for Crawford. The match was largely promoted for Canelo Alvarez, and many believe it's not Crawford's responsibility to take on someone who naturally competes in a higher weight class.
Beat these living shit out of Terence Crawford.
If David Benavidez come out of 68, he'll fuck him up. I got Terence Crawford.
That's not
I ain't
gonna
betting against Terence Crawford no more. I mean,
Okay.
I ain't never bet against
Well,
him.
listen to me.
I bet $10.
You see what I'm saying? Because he outboxed over the hill Canelo. People see how people think, he a crush. No, he dope. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not dope, but what I'm saying is, but you see how boxing can trick your mind. Listen, David Benavidez will beat the socks off of Terence Crawford. I'm sorry, he don't stand a chance. He's too little. How you gonna keep him off? And David uses a jab. I sparred with David. Listen, that's a tough fight.
Yeah, it's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight. Listen,
it's a tough fight, but
listen, Terence Crawford.
That little black nigga from Omaha.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Motherfucker from Omaha. That nigga is a bad mother. Shut your.
But going up against the powerful figures controlling the sport is nothing new for Terence Crawford.
Still a need for Benavidez.
Who? Canelo?
Turkey
people,
dropped.
People are talking about it.
Turkey hinted at that. He was like Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So.
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford. No, there. No, we ain't doing that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. We just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
It's gonna be a tough fight. You can say whatever you want to say. Terence Crawford is one of the best in the division. Terence Crawford opens himself up a little bit. I think one of the
That intense high-stakes struggle for independence revealed what was to come, showing that Crawford has always been willing to challenge the boxing establishment to create his own legacy, a fight he now faces once again.
You leave, because all the fans want to know this. Can you still make 168?
To be honest with you, man, let Terence Crawford live. That's his weight class. I lost interest in 168 a long time ago. I know that we could get offered a lot of money to go down to 168, but I'm more comfortable at 175. I'm chasing better beef. I'm chasing Bivol. I'm chasing these other bigger. I'm chasing Zurdo Ramirez at cruiserweight. You know what I mean? So I've been at 168, but I have no interest in going down.
Who's a maniac? Who's chasing? Who chases better BF than Bivol? Who chases better BF than Bivol?
Now there's a serious claim that powerful figures like Turki Alalshikh may be trying to influence Crawford with money. To understand why this situation is so tense, it helps to look at the history. Canelo has faced tough opponents like Mayweather, Lara, and Bivol, but his avoidance of Benavidez stands out. For years, Benavidez was the biggest threat in the 168-pound division, calling Canelo scared and saying he had no chance, yet the fight never happened, forcing Benavidez to leave the division for a potential showdown with Canelo. Benavidez insisted he would not drop back to 168 because he held a championship belt, but now in a surprising turn, Benavidez's father says that if Turki Alalshikh wants Crawford, their camp is okay with moving back down. This sudden change fuels the idea that Turki's money can influence even strong decisions. Meanwhile, this is happening in real time. Crawford turned 38 on September 28th, and time is running out in his prime, adding pressure to every choice. The Benavidez fight carries almost legendary stakes. Analyst Breadman Edwards says a win could cement Crawford as one of the greatest fighters ever, putting him in the most exclusive hall of boxing history. Edwards describes it as different rooms of greatness, a platinum room for immortals like Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson, and other rooms for legends like Marvin Hagler. Beating Benavidez is more than winning a belt, it could open the door to the platinum room. Still, Crawford has other options. There's a dangerous matchup with rising star Jiren Boots, which fans are demanding. Then there's tension with Jamal Charlo, which began when Crawford, after dominating Errol Spence, pointed at Charlo's twin and said, "You're next." Some close to Crawford like Shakur Stevenson believe he has nothing left to prove and encourage him to retire at his peak.
I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear Benavidez, Ortiz on Boots. I don't want to hear shit because, listen, bruh, he beat the face of boxing. He cemented the fact this was Terence Bud Crawford era. No rehydration clause, no catch weight. He said, I am going to beat you on Mexican Independence Day in the biggest stadium. I'm going to walk out to a mariachi band holding a guitar. Brother, guy, hey, bro, that's belt to ass. He was the buckle, everything, bro. After this, everything goes downhill from here. Nothing competes against it. And the thing is, he's only going to get older. What he's going to do, go down and cut muscle like Roy did? His mission was Canelo. That's it. There's no Janabek, no Fundora, no Benavidez, none of that shit. It's over with.
So imagine the two paths ahead. Path 1, Crawford now 38 steps into the ring against a 200-pound David Benavidez. Will it be a historic triumph or a costly mistake? Path 2, he faces Jamal Charlo settling a long-standing family score. Which story does the world really want to see? The impossible challenge or the personal grudge? What's unfolding is a clash between a fighter's hard-earned legacy, the heavy pressures of the sport, and the unforgiving reality of time. Terence Crawford stands at a crossroads. Facing a minefield of choices, he could take the ultimate risk for GOAT status against Benavidez, settle the old score with Charlo, face a hungry young contender, or accept that his legacy is already secure. In the end, the question isn't just who Crawford will fight next, it's a question every legendary fighter faces. What do you do when you've conquered every mountain and the only battle left is against time itself? Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.